In the shadow of a war-torn Italy, as the nation stitched itself back together from the devastation of World War II, one man's relentless drive and mechanical genius forged a legacy that would redefine automotive performance, luxury, and prestige. Ferruccio Lamborghini, born on April 28, 1916, in the quiet village of Rinazzo di Cento, Emilia-Romagna, grew up surrounded by the rolling vineyards of his family's farm. The scent of grapes and the rhythm of rural life defined his childhood, but Ferruccio's passion lay elsewhere. As a boy, he was drawn to the clatter of machinery, spending hours dismantling and rebuilding farm equipment. His curiosity for engines and mechanics set him apart from the agrarian world of his parents, hinting at the extraordinary path he would carve. During World War II, Ferruccio's talents found a proving ground. Stationed on the island of Rhodes with the Italian Air Force, he served as a mechanic, repairing trucks, tanks, and aircraft under the pressure of wartime conditions. The experience sharpened his technical expertise and taught him to innovate with limited resources, skills that would later define his entrepreneurial ventures. When the war ended in 1945, Italy faced the monumental task of rebuilding its economy and infrastructure. Ferruccio, now in his late 20s, saw opportunity in the nation's desperate need for agricultural machinery. In 1948, he founded Lamborghini Trattori in a small workshop in Cento. Using surplus military hardware, engines, axles, and transmissions from decommissioned vehicles, he built tractors that were robust, affordable, and tailored to the needs of Italy's farmers. His first model, the Carioca, featured a Morris engine modified to run on diesel, a practical choice in a country where gasoline was scarce. By the early 1950s, Lamborghini Trattori was producing thousands of tractors annually, establishing Ferruccio as one of Italy's wealthiest and most innovative industrialists. Wealth brought Ferruccio the freedom to indulge his passions, and his love for automobiles took center stage. His garage in Pieve di Cento became a showcase of automotive excellence, filled with Maseratis, Jaguars, Alfa Romeos, and eventually Ferraris. Ferruccio wasn't content to merely own these cars. He analyzed them with an engineer's eye, driving them hard and scrutinizing their flaws. His Ferraris, in particular, frustrated him. They were blisteringly fast, but plagued by mechanical issues. The clutches failed frequently, requiring expensive trips to Maranello for repairs, and the interiors lacked the comfort and refinement he expected from such costly machines. As a man who had built a business from scratch, Ferruccio believed he could do better. He approached Enzo Ferrari, the legendary founder of the Prancing Horse, with technical suggestions to improve the cars. The meeting, now etched in automotive folklore, ended in a clash of titanic egos. Enzo dismissed Ferruccio's critiques with a now iconic insult: "The problem is not with the car, it's with the driver. You stick to your tractors." Those words were a spark to Ferruccio's ambition. He wasn't just a driver, he was a creator, a visionary who could out-engineer Ferrari. If Enzo wouldn't listen, Ferruccio would build a rival car that would eclipse Ferrari's finest. In May 1963, Ferruccio Lamborghini founded Automobili Lamborghini SpA in Sant'Agata Bolognese, a small town just 15 miles from Ferrari's headquarters in Maranello. The choice of location was deliberate, a bold challenge to Ferrari's dominance. Ferruccio invested heavily in a state-of-the-art factory, complete with modern assembly lines, testing facilities, and a dedicated design studio. He assembled a dream team of engineers, including Giotto Bizzarini, the mastermind behind Ferrari's 250 GTO V12 engine, John Paolo Dallara, a young talent who would later revolutionize motorsport engineering, and Paolo Stanzani, a brilliant designer with a knack for innovation. Together, they set out to create a car that combined speed, reliability, and luxury in a way Ferrari had never achieved. Their first effort, the 350 GTV prototype, debuted at the 1963 Turin Motor Show. With its sleek aluminum body, pop-up headlights, and futuristic styling by Franco Scaglione, the 350 GTV was a stunning concept, but it was more showpiece than production car. Its 3.5-liter V12 engine wasn't fully functional, and the interior was unfinished. Undeterred, Lamborghini's team refined the design, and in 1964, the 350 GT entered production as the company's first road car. Powered by a Bizzarini-designed 3.5-liter V12 producing 280 horsepower, the 350 GT reached a top speed of 155 miles per hour and accelerated from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 6.8 seconds. Unlike Ferraris, which prioritized raw performance, the 350 GT was a true grand tourer, offering a luxurious leather interior, a smooth ride, and reliable mechanics. Only 120 units were built, but the 350 GT earned critical acclaim, proving Lamborghini could compete with the best. In 1966, Lamborghini introduced the 400 GT, an evolution of the 350 GT, with a larger 4.0-liter V12 producing 320 horsepower and a 2+2 seating configuration for added practicality. The 400 GT's refined suspension and improved build quality broadened its appeal, with 247 units sold by 1968. These early models established Lamborghini as a serious player, but Ferruccio's ambition was far greater. He wanted to create a car that would redefine the sports car genre, a vehicle so groundbreaking it would leave Ferrari in the dust. In 1966, that vision became reality with the Miura. Named after the fierce Spanish fighting bulls Ferruccio admired, the Miura was a revolution on wheels. Its mid-engine layout, a first for a road-going Lamborghini, placed a 4.0-liter V12 transversely behind the seats, producing 350 horsepower in the P400 model. Designed by Marcello Gandini at Bertone, the Miura's low-slung body was a masterpiece of automotive art, with sensuous curves, gull-wing-style engine covers, and iconic eyelash headlights that gave it a seductive charm. Capable of 170 miles per hour, the Miura was the fastest production car in the world, earning the title of the first supercar. Its innovative engineering, including a monocoque chassis and independent suspension, set new standards for performance and handling. The Miura wasn't just a car, it was a cultural phenomenon. Celebrities like Frank Sinatra, Miles Davis, Rod Stewart, and the Shah of Iran owned Miuras, and its image graced magazine covers, films, and bedroom posters worldwide. Lamborghini produced three main variants: the P400, 1966 to 1969, P400S, 1969 to 1971, and P400 SV, 1971 to 1973. The SV, with 385 horsepower and wider rear fenders for larger tires, hit 180 miles per hour, cementing its legend. By 1973, 764 Miuras had been built, each a testament to Lamborghini's audacity and innovation. Ferruccio's ambition drove Lamborghini to explore new segments. In 1968, the Espada debuted as a four-seater grand tourer, blending V12 power with family-friendly practicality. Designed by Gandini, its futuristic styling and spacious cabin appealed to buyers seeking luxury and performance, selling over 1,227 units over a decade. The 1968 Acelero, a more conservative 2+2 GT, replaced the 400 GT with understated elegance, though only 225 were built. The 1970 Jarama, with its boxy design and sportier dynamics, aimed to combine the Espada's practicality with the Miura's performance, but its polarizing looks limited sales to 327 units. These models diversified Lamborghini's lineup, but none matched the Miura's magic. In 1971, Lamborghini unveiled the Countach LP500 prototype, a car that looked like it had been teleported from the future. Entering production as the LP400 in 1974, the Countach, named after a Piedmontese exclamation of astonishment, was a visual and mechanical marvel. Its wedge-shaped design, scissor doors, and aggressive stance, penned by Gandini, made it unlike anything on the road. The 4.0-liter V12, initially producing 375 horsepower, delivered a top speed of 180 miles per hour. Later models, like the 1985 LP5000 Quattrovalvole with a 5.2-liter engine and 455 horsepower, pushed speeds over 185 miles per hour. The Countach was raw and demanding, with heavy steering, a cramped cabin, and poor rear visibility, but those challenges only enhanced its mystique. It became the ultimate poster car of the 1970s and 1980s, featured in films like The Cannonball Run and Rain Man and video games like Test Drive. Over 2,049 Countachs were built during its 16-year run, cementing Lamborghini's reputation for building cars that defied convention. Behind the glamour, Lamborghini faced mounting challenges. The 1973 oil crisis crippled the exotic car market as fuel shortages and soaring prices made supercars less practical. Lamborghini Trattori also struggled, hit by canceled export contracts to South America and rising production costs. Ferruccio, stretched thin by managing two businesses and disillusioned by the automotive industry's volatility, made a heart-wrenching decision. In 1972, he sold 51% of Automobile Lamborghini to Swiss businessman Georges-Henri Rossetti, and by 1974, he sold his remaining shares to René Limer. Ferruccio retired to his vineyard in Umbria, where he lived out his days producing wine and reflecting on his legacy. His departure marked the end of an era, but the raging bull he created charged on. The late 1970s and 1980s were a turbulent period for Lamborghini. Under new ownership, the company faced financial instability and inconsistent production. The 1976 Silhouette, a Targa-top V8 model, and its 1982 successor, the Jalpa, aimed to attract buyers with a lower price point, but neither captured the Countach's allure, with only 614 units sold combined. By 1980, Lamborghini was bankrupt, entering receivership. In 1987, Chrysler acquired the company, bringing American capital and marketing muscle. The result was the 1990 Diablo, a worthy successor to the Countach. Powered by a 5.7-liter V12 producing 492 horsepower, the Diablo reached 202 miles per hour, breaking the 200 miles per hour barrier for production cars. Its smoother lines, designed by Marcello Gandini, though modified by Chrysler's styling team, and improved interior made it a more livable supercar. Variants like the Diablo VT, with all-wheel drive, the lightweight SE30, and the high-performance SV kept the model fresh through the 1990s, with 2,884 units built. Chrysler's ownership was brief. In 1994, Lamborghini was sold to Megatech, an Indonesian conglomerate, leading to a period of uncertainty. The Diablo evolved with models like the SV and Rare GT, and Lamborghini experimented with concepts like the 1987 Portofino, a four-door prototype, but the brand lacked direction. Salvation came in 1998 when the Volkswagen Group, through its Audi division, acquired Lamborghini for $110 million. Audi's financial stability and engineering expertise transformed the company. The 2001 Murciélago, named after a legendary fighting bull, replaced the Diablo with a 6.2-liter V12 producing 572 horsepower, all-wheel drive, and a top speed of 205 miles per hour. Its angular design, scissor doors, and thunderous exhaust made it an instant icon. Over 4,099 Murciélagos were built from 2001 to 2010, including high-performance variants like the LP670-4 SV, which hit 212 miles per hour. The 2003 Gallardo was a turning point. Powered by a 5.0-liter V10 producing 493 horsepower, the Gallardo was smaller, more affordable, and easier to drive than the Murciélago, competing with the Porsche 911 and Ferrari F430. Its aluminum chassis, sharp handling, and aggressive styling made it a bestseller, with 14,022 units sold over a decade. The Gallardo became a cultural touchstone, featured in video games like Need for Speed and Gran Turismo, films like The Dark Knight, and music videos by artists like Jay-Z. Its accessibility broadened Lamborghini's appeal, attracting a new generation of fans. The 2010s marked Lamborghini's modern renaissance. The 2011 Aventador, successor to the Murciélago, introduced a carbon fiber monocoque chassis and a 6.5-liter V12 producing 691 horsepower. Its ISR independent shifting rod transmission delivered gear changes in 50 milliseconds, and its design, sharp angles, Y-shaped lights, and scissor doors evoked a fighter jet. The Aventador's variants, from the track-focused SVJ to the open-top Roadster, pushed performance boundaries. In 2018, the Aventador SVJ set a Nürburgring lap record for production cars at 6 minutes and 44.97 seconds, showcasing its track prowess. The 2014 Huracan, replacing the Gallardo, brought a 5.2-liter V10, a dual-clutch transmission, and advanced electronics, balancing track precision with daily usability. The Huracan Performante, with its active aerodynamics ELA system, set a Nürburgring record in 2017 at 6 minutes and 52.01 seconds. Over 20,000 Huracans have been sold, making it Lamborghini's most successful model. In 2018, Lamborghini shocked the world with the Urus, its first SUV since the 1980s LM002. Powered by a 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8 producing 641 horsepower, the Urus hit 190 miles per hour and accelerated from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.5 seconds. With genuine off-road capability and a luxurious interior, it combines supercar performance with SUV practicality. Purists were skeptical, but the market embraced it, with the Urus accounting for over 60% of Lamborghini's sales by 2023. It attracted new buyers, families, celebrities, and urban elites, doubling Lamborghini's annual sales to over 10,000 units. The early 2020s saw Lamborghini embrace electrification while staying true to its roots. The 2019 Sion, a limited edition hybrid, paired a 6.5-liter V12 with a supercapacitor, delivering 807 horsepower and a top speed over 217 miles per hour. Only 63 coupes and 19 roadsters were built, each priced above $3 million. In 2023, the Aventador gave way to the Rivuelto, Lamborghini's first full-production plug-in hybrid. Its 6.5-liter V12, assisted by 3 electric motors, produced 1,001 horsepower, making it the most powerful road-going Lamborghini ever. The Rivuelto's carbon fiber chassis, active aerodynamics, and all-wheel drive delivered a 0 to 60 miles per hour time of 2.5 seconds and a top speed exceeding 217 miles per hour. Its design, with hexagonal lights and a spaceship-like profile, screamed Lamborghini while embracing the future. Lamborghini faces a complex future. Global regulations pushing for zero-emission vehicles threaten the brand's signature V12 and V10 engines, known for their visceral roar. CEO Stefan Winkelmann, who led Lamborghini from 2005 to 2016 and returned in 2020, has outlined a bold strategy: hybridization across the lineup by 2025 and a fully electric model by 2030. The 2024 Lanzador concept, a 2+2 electric GT with over 1,000 horsepower, previews Lamborghini's electric future, promising the same emotional intensity in a silent package. Winkelmann insists that Lamborghini's soul, its drama, presence, and performance, will remain intact even without the roar of internal combustion. Lamborghini's cultural impact is undeniable. The Raging Bull logo symbolizes power and defiance, appearing in music videos by artists like Post Malone, Kanye West, and Drake, films like Transformers, Wolf of Wall Street, and Fast and Furious, and fashion collaborations with brands like Supreme and Versace. The Polo Storico division restores classics like the Miura and Countach, preserving the brand's heritage, while the Ad Personam program offers near-limitless customization, from neon paint to bespoke interiors. The Squadra-Corse racing division dominates GT racing, with the Huracan GT3 and Super Trofeo models winning titles worldwide. Lamborghini's museum in Sant'Agata Bolognese draws thousands annually, showcasing iconic models and prototypes like the 1970 Miura Hoda and 1988 P132. From Ferruccio's personal vendetta against Ferrari to a global powerhouse selling over 10,000 vehicles annually, Lamborghini's story is one of audacity, resilience, and reinvention. The Miura invented the supercar, the Countach defined rebellion, the Diablo pushed boundaries, the Gallardo democratized the brand, and the Rivuelto embraces the future without compromise. As long as people crave speed, style, and the thrill of the open road, the Raging Bull will charge forward untamed. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Lamborghini's legacy, hit that like button. It helps share the story. What's your favorite Lamborghini model? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to know which Raging Bull you'd park in your dream garage. If you're passionate about cars, design, or epic brands, subscribe and ring the bell for more stories. Thanks for reading, and as always, drive fast but stay safe.